Did you see Barack Hussein Obama last night? Take little shots. He was taking shots at your president. And so was Michelle. You know, they always say, sure, please stick to policy, don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal all night long, these people.
The lights dimmed. The air was electric. The crowd buzzed, not with cheers, but with tension. On one side stood Barack Obama, measured, calm, the embodiment of composure. On the other, Donald Trump, smirking, with Barron at his side, restless, watching, waiting for his father's nod. Obama approached the podium first. No grand gestures, no theatrics, just presence. And it was enough to quiet the hall. He looked around, then began, his tone warm yet sharp enough to cut through the noise. Leadership, he said, isn't about blaming the last person in office or the next one coming in. It's about asking what we can do together to fix what's broken. The crowd leaned in. Phones rose. Cameras flashed. Even the critics listened. Obama's cadence was deliberate, almost poetic. We're supposed to stand up to discrimination, and we're sure as heck supposed to stand clearly and unequivocally to Nazi sympathizers. A wave of murmurs rippled through the hall. Some nodded, some frowned, but all were listening. Behind him, Donald Trump's jaw tightened. He crossed his arms, trying to appear unfazed. Barron sat beside him, curious, almost fascinated, watching a man command a room without raising his voice. Then Obama continued, "A great nation doesn't rise because one man wins. It rises when every man and woman stands together, even when it's hard." His words hung in the air like smoke, heavy, unavoidable. When he finished, the applause was thunderous, but it wasn't the loud kind. It was respectful, almost reverent.
It's not conservative. It sure isn't normal. It's radical. It's a vision that says the protection of our power and those who back us is all that matters, even when it hurts the country.
Then came Trump. The room's energy shifted instantly. His steps were loud, his expression tight. He grabbed the microphone like a weapon. "Right. Look at what we have, and look at how bad he was. How ineffective. A total disaster." Laughter from a few corners, gasps from others. Cameras turned toward Obama, still seated, still calm.
I think foreign observers are troubled by some of the rhetoric that's been taking place in these Republican primaries and Republican debates. I don't think it's restricted, by the way, to Mr. Trump. I mean, I find it interesting that everybody's focused on Trump primarily just because he says in more interesting ways what the other candidates are saying as well.
Trump thrived on chaos. He pointed, he paced, he threw jabs in every direction. Then, with a smirk, he handed the mic to his son. "Go ahead, Barron. Tell them." Barron hesitated, then leaned forward. Wasn't Obama the one who wasn't really born here? The words hit the air like a match on dry paper. Silence. Not outrage, just silence so deep it echoed. Obama didn't flinch. He didn't roll his eyes or speak over him. Instead, he stood slowly, walked back to the podium, and waited. The hall held its breath. "Mocking someone's story never makes your own story stronger," Obama began softly. "Repeating old lies doesn't make them true. And imitation without experience is a dangerous mix." Even Trump blinked, caught off guard. Obama's tone never wavered. It was the voice of a teacher, not a rival. He said, "Leadership isn't passed down through insults. It's earned through respect. And when families turn mockery into habit, they forget what leadership looks like." The words sank like stones in still water. Barron's eyes fell. Trump's posture stiffened. The crowd didn't cheer. They absorbed. Obama added one last note. When cruelty replaces integrity, it's not just a personal failure. It's a message to everyone watching, the young, the old, the leaders of tomorrow. Applause erupted, long, steady, undeniable. It wasn't about politics anymore. It was about principle. Obama stepped away, leaving the podium empty, but the moment full. Trump sat frozen, lips tight, eyes darting. Barron stayed silent, the weight of his words hitting him harder than any lecture ever could. Obama didn't gloat. He didn't need to. His calm had done what confrontation never could. He turned mockery into reflection. And as he exited the hall, the crowd didn't roar. They rose, quietly, respectfully. Because true power doesn't need to shout. It teaches, it steadies, it lasts. That day, Barron learned something his father never could, that the calmest voice in the room often holds the greatest fire. And Obama? He left with nothing but grace, and the kind of silence that still speaks.